Can you make that concrete? I'm thinking about a new administration where we've just, we're going to have redistricting, we're going to have potentially another budget shortfall, people calling for increased taxes, people calling for decreased taxes. What will you institutionally create as a governor to ensure that this vision isn't just sort of thrown on its side? Besides listening to people, what are you going to create as part of the administration to actually do it?
Well, one of the problems I have with that question, Matt, is when you institutionalize someone or something, in my mind, you marginalize something. Creating task forces, making promises to make certain appointments, things like that, I think diminishes the effectiveness. I think it more than anything, it's about a fundamental openness to listening to people. And if you have, as an organization or as an individual, ideas of how you can institutionalize without marginalizing the good people of an organization like this, I'll be ready to listen to them.
Okay, so our final question will be from Paul from Wisconsin.
My name is Paul Simpsonski. I'm a crop and livestock farmer and organizer from southwestern Minnesota. I've worked on ag issues at the Minnesota legislature since the 1985 farm crisis. Over that time, I've noticed at the state capitol the increasing dominance of metro-based corporate agribusiness and their allies of commodity groups. They pass policies good for corporate agriculture, but family farmers like me have to do more for less. One bright spot has been increasing demand for food that is sustainably grown on family farms. But last session, when the overall ag budget was cut by about 8% by the legislature, led by the DFL ag chairs along with the governor, cut key organic and sustainable ag programs over 70%. Question: what will you do as governor to put the interest of family farmers before corporate agribusiness? What skills, background, and vision do you want your ag commissioner to have?
Well, I want my ag commissioner to be able to do exactly what you said, and that is stand up for the family farm and stand up to Washington, as so many policies that emanate from the Capitol are based on not what's best for family farmers or people who eat, and it seems to mostly be about the interests of agribusiness. As that plays out at the Capitol, I want to tell you a philosophy that I have that comes out in a lot of different arenas, and that is think small. So much of our economic development, so much of all kinds of different areas are about building bigger everything. And I think we need to focus on thinking small, whether it is in environmental projects, economic development tools, things like that. And so I have a great deal of commitment to the family farm. It's gotten me into some trouble, I'll tell you, because I have questioned ethanol subsidies that seem to benefit agribusiness and not really the smaller concerns. I have had a lot of conversations about dairy farming in particular, how the state can enhance the ability of dairy farmers to do well, whether it's even as simple as marketing milk better or those kinds of things. So my basic premise, as I say, is to think small. I have a tremendous amount of concern about childhood obesity, and all the kinds of solutions that have to go into that include eating better, our school meals, and taking advantage of locally grown things to teach kids, for example, what the connection is between what goes in their mouth, their health, and what's grown. All kinds of different ways that I've thought about how to make this connection between health and food and kids a stronger one. I may have lost track of what else I was going to say. Those long questions are a little befuddling, but hopefully that's touched a little on what you were asking about.
So as you're looking for your new ag commissioner, who will you work with, or who will you look to determine who your ag commissioner is going to be?
Certainly this gentleman and other people who work in this area. I remember a delightful conversation with who's actually kind of a distant relative, organic farmer in Red Wing, Minnesota. We have a farm down in Wabasha, and so I've had a lot of, I'd have a lot of people in those networks to talk about those issues of the smaller farming concerns, the organic farm concerns. So I will look to a variety of resources. Anyone who has good information and good perspective on how you pick an ag commissioner.